Welcome to the Rando Podcast, everyone. I'm Chris Crimson.
And I'm Nyx. If you're new around here, we'd love it if you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss our future deep dives.
Absolutely. We really appreciate you joining our conversation. And a big thank you to our sponsors over on YouTube, Chris, the Plant-Based, and Emma Advanced.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Your support makes these explorations possible.
It really does.
Today, we're taking a deep dive into something I bet everyone listening has had.
I mean, who hasn't, right?
It's a food that's been around forever.
Forever.
And that's had, a huge impact.
On everything, really.
The humble potato?
The potato. What's not to love?
It might seem simple on the surface.
I know, right? You think you know it?
But we've dug up all kinds of fascinating facts.
Fascinating.
About its history, what it does for your body, even its impact on the planet.
Like, are potatoes good or bad for the planet?
You're going to be surprised by some of the stuff we found.
I was surprised for sure.
So this potato journey, it started a long, long time ago.
Yeah, way back.
Where are we talking?
We're talking Andes Mountains, South America.
Oh, wow.
High altitude, around Lake Titicaca.
Okay.
It's Peru and Bolivia today.
I see, yeah.
And get this. People were growing potatoes there 7,000 to 10,000 years ago.
Seriously? That far back?
That's what the research says.
That's wild.
Wild potatoes.
So they weren't just, foraging.
No.
They were actually farming them.
Like real deal cultivation.
That's incredible.
The indigenous Andean people, especially the Inca, they were like potato masters.
Potato masters?
They knew their potatoes. They didn't just eat them.
Right.
Potatoes were in their ceremonies. They even used them to track time.
Really? How?
I don't know the specifics, but it's pretty amazing.
I guess if that's your main food source.
Exactly. It's central to your life.
But okay, hold on. This is blowing my mind.
Tell me about it.
They developed over 4,000 kinds of potatoes.
Over 4,000. Can you imagine?
Wow. I mean, that's diversity.
Right. We only see a handful in stores these days.
Seriously, just a few.
Each of those Andean varieties was adapted to specific conditions.
Oh, I see.
And had its own uses.
That's pretty smart.
It protected them against disease and environmental changes.
So, a lesson for us today.
Big time. We rely on way too few types of, anything.
That's true, yeah.
It makes you wonder what we're missing.
Like flavors we've never even tasted.
Exactly.
All right, so we have these thousands of potato varieties.
Thriving in the Andes.
But then everything changes, right?
The Spanish arrive.
16th century.
They bring the potato to Europe.
As part of that whole Columbian exchange thing.
Yep. Potatoes, tomatoes, chocolate, all that.
But it wasn't an instant hit in Europe?
No, not at all.
What happened?
People were suspicious.
Why?
They didn't know root vegetables like that.
Oh, right.
Plus, potatoes are in the nightshade family.
And those can be poisonous.
Right, so they thought maybe potatoes were dangerous.
A bad first impression.
A PR nightmare, you could say.
So how did the potato go from suspect to superfood?
Slowly, but surely, especially in the 18th century.
What changed?
People figured out that potatoes could grow in bad soil.
Oh, that's important.
And they produce a lot of food, lots of calories.
So reliable in places where other crops failed.
Exactly.
I see.
And European sailors started taking potatoes everywhere.
Sorting them around the world.
Potatoes could adapt to different climates.
So they could grow almost anywhere.
Pretty much.
That's amazing, this unassuming little potato.
Right.
Changing diets globally.
It's a global traveler.
All right, so let's talk nutrition.
Let's get into the potato itself.
What makes it so valuable as a food?
Okay, so first of all, carbs.
Right. Potatoes are known for that.
Mostly starch.
So energy, right.
That's it. Readily available energy.
But there's different kinds of carbs.
Right.
And potatoes have this thing called resistant starch.
That's the good stuff.
What makes it good?
It's like fiber.
Oh.
Your gut bacteria love it.
So good for digestion.
Yes.
And it gives you more stable energy.
Not just that quick spike and crash.
What about protein?
Potatoes aren't a protein powerhouse.
Okay.
But they do have a decent amount.
And good quality, too.
With a good balance of amino acids.
Interesting.
And low in fat, especially if you don't add any when you cook them.
So it's a pretty balanced source of energy.
Carbs, little protein, hardly any fat.
Not empty calories.
Yeah, at all.
Now, fiber's really important.
Yeah.
Super.
Potatoes have fiber.
Definitely. Especially if you eat the skin.
Oh, that makes sense.
It helps with digestion, blood sugar, cholesterol.
It does a lot.
And actually, there's fiber in the flesh, too.
Really?
So eat the whole potato.
All right, noted.
What about vitamins?
Sweet potatoes are known for vitamin A.
Right.
Regular potatoes, what do they have?
Well, they're loaded with vitamin C.
That's the immune system one, right?
And good for your skin.
Okay.
They've also got B vitamins,
Like a variety.
especially B6, important for energy,
Makes sense.
plus folate, another B vitamin, for cell growth. So a good vitamin package.
Yes.
And minerals.
Oh, the minerals are impressive.
Like what?
Huge on potassium.
Wow, I didn't know that.
It's great for blood pressure and your muscles.
Including your heart.
Very important.
What else?
Iron for carrying oxygen in your blood.
Okay.
It's non-heme iron, though.
What does that mean?
It's from a plant source, so your body doesn't absorb it as well.
I see.
But if you eat it with vitamin C,
Which potatoes have.
exactly, then you absorb more iron.
That's smart.
They also have magnesium and phosphorus,
What do those do?
important for bones and energy.
Wow, so potatoes are pretty nutrient dense.
You said it.
We talked about different potato varieties before.
Russets, Yukon Golds, all those.
Do their nutritional values differ much?
You know what they do?
Oh, interesting.
Like russet potatoes.
Those are the classic baking potatoes.
Exactly. They're high in starch, so they get all fluffy.
Yeah, perfect for baked potatoes.
Good source of potassium and B6.
And fiber?
Decent amount of fiber, too.
Nice.
Yukon Golds. Those are your go-to for mashing.
They're so creamy.
Right. And they've got a rich flavor.
What about nutrition?
Also good for potassium, similar to russets,
Okay.
but more vitamin C.
Oh, cool.
And their carb content is moderate.
So a nice balance.
Exactly.
Bread potatoes, those are different, right?
Waxier, right?
Yeah, and they hold their shape when you cook them.
Lower in starch than russets,
Gotcha.
but still good potassium, vitamin C, and B6.
And their skin is interesting, too.
It's red, and it's got those flavonoid antioxidants.
What are those?
They protect your cells from damage.
Like little bodyguards.
I like that analogy.
Yeah. So another reason to eat the skin.
Always a good idea.
Now, we can't skip sweet potatoes.
Everyone wants to know about sweet potatoes.
Are they just another kind of potato?
That's what people think, but no.
They're totally different.
Different botanical family altogether.
Oh, wow.
That orange flesh is a giveaway.
Because of the vitamin A?
You got it. Beta-carotene.
Sweet potatoes also have more fiber than white potatoes,
Usually, yeah.
plus vitamin C and potassium,
All the good stuff.
and a lower glycemic index.
Often lower, but depends how you cook them.
Oh, okay, interesting.
So both tubers, but different nutritionally,
Good to know.
for sure.
So, for vegans, how do potatoes fit in?
Oh, they're fantastic for vegans.
Really?
They're a great foundation for meals.
How so?
They give you energy from those carbs,
Important for everyone.
especially vegans who might be getting less from other sources.
Plus all the fiber, vitamins, minerals,
We talked about those,
especially potassium and iron.
which can be trickier for vegans to get enough of.
And eating the skin helps.
Absolutely maximizes those benefits.
And potatoes are so versatile in the kitchen.
It's way beyond just fries.
I mean, fries are great,
Don't get me wrong.
but there's so much more you can do.
So much more.
For breakfast, lunch, dinner.
Even snacks.
Let's hear some ideas.
All right, for breakfast, how about potato hash?
Oh, yeah, with veggies.
And some vegan sausage.
Love it.
Or sweet potato and beet hash.
Sounds colorful.
Vegan potato pancakes are great.
Those are classic.
You could even do a potato and spinach frittata.
Vegan frittata.
Yeah, with tofu or chickpea flour.
I'm intrigued.
For lunch, a hearty vegan potato salad.
With plant-based mayo,
Of course.
herbs, maybe some mustard.
Delicious.
What else?
A Mediterranean potato salad.
Oh, with olives.
And sun-dried tomatoes.
That sounds amazing.
Loaded baked potatoes with vegan chili.
That's comfort food.
Creamy potato and vegetable soup.
Oh, I love soup.
Or a simple potato and leek soup.
That's elegant.
For dinner, vegan shepherd's pie
With mashed potato topping?
is a classic for a reason.
What else?
Roasted potatoes with herbs and garlic.
Easy and delicious.
Vegan scallop potatoes.
With plant-based milk.
And nutritional yeast for that cheesy flavor.
I could eat that every day.
And don't forget global cuisines.
Oh, yeah.
Indian potato curry, vegan potato gnocchi,
So many possibilities.
and for snacks,
Baked fries.
Yeah.
Homemade potato chips.
you can even make those healthy.
Baked or air fried.
Roasted potato wedges with spices.
I'm getting hungry.
Me too.
Okay, so we've covered a lot.
We have.
But let's talk glycemic index.
It's important, especially for some vegans.
What is the glycemic index exactly?
Think of it like a speedometer for sugar.
Okay.
It tells you how fast sugar gets into your blood after you eat.
So some foods make your blood sugar spike more than others.
Exactly.
And potatoes.
It depends
On what?
the type of potato and how you cook it.
So a baked russet is different from a boiled red potato.
You got it.
I would thought potatoes were all kind of the same.
Nope, lots of variation.
Interesting.
Starchy potatoes, like russets, have a higher GI.
GI meaning glycemic index.
Right.
So they spike your blood sugar faster.
They do.
What about waxy potatoes?
Like red potatoes.
Yeah.
They're usually medium to high GI.
Yukon Golds.
Also medium to high.
And sweet potatoes.
Usually medium, often lower than white potatoes.
But it still depends on how you cook them.
Always does.
This is good to know.
It is.
Oh, and cold red potatoes have a lower GI.
Than hot ones.
That's a good tip.
Right.
So cooking methods matter too.
Big time.
How so?
If you cook potatoes for a long time, or in a way that breaks down the starch,
It raises the GI.
you got it.
So boiling and steaming are better than baking or frying.
In terms of GI,
Yeah, and letting cooked potatoes cool helps.
it does.
Why is that?
It increases the resistant starch.
So cold potato salad is better than hot fries.
If you're watching your blood sugar, yeah.
Makes sense.
It does.
And what you eat with the potatoes matters too.
It all works together.
How so?
If you have fat, fiber, and protein in the same meal.
It slows down the sugar absorption.
So for vegans, potatoes with veggies.
And beans or lentils.
And some healthy fats.
That's a good strategy.
Keeps your blood sugar stable.
This is all really helpful.
Glad to hear it.
So for vegans with diabetes...
Or anyone watching their blood sugar.
Are there specific potato types and preparations they should focus on?
Definitely.
Like what?
Go for lower GI varieties.
Like red potatoes.
Especially when they're cold.
And boiled sweet potatoes.
Those are good choices.
What about cooking methods?
Boiling and steaming are your friends.
Okay.
And pair those potatoes with other fiber-rich foods.
And healthy fats.
It all makes a difference.
And portion control is still important.
Always.
All right, let's shift gears a bit.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the planet.
Sustainability.
Are potatoes a sustainable food choice?
You know, it's really interesting.
What is it?
Research suggests that growing potatoes
Yeah.
is actually better for the environment than growing rice, wheat, or corn.
Seriously?
Seriously.
That's surprising.
It surprised me too.
I thought potatoes would be kind of resource intensive.
Turns out not so much.
So what's the evidence?
Their carbon footprint is lower.
Per calorie produced.
Exactly.
And they need less water than rice.
Sometimes even less than wheat. Plus, they're really efficient with land use.
Meaning?
They produce a lot of food energy per unit of land.
So they're high yield?
Exactly.
That's amazing.
The FAO, the Food and Agriculture Organization,
Okay.
they say that potatoes can produce more nutritious food
Yeah.
faster
Than other crops.
on less land and in tougher climates.
That's a pretty compelling case.
Right. For potatoes as a sustainable staple.
It is.
It is.
Are there efforts to make potato farming even more sustainable?
All the time.
Like what?
Crop rotation,
That's good for the soil.
planting cover crops,
To prevent erosion,
reducing soil disturbance,
minimizing tilling,
integrated pest management.
so using fewer chemicals.
Right.
What about water?
Big focus on water efficiency,
Like how?
precision irrigation,
So only watering where it's needed.
and developing new potato varieties.
That are more drought tolerant.
And resistant to pests and diseases.
So they need less pesticide.
Exactly.
There are organizations working on this, right?
Yeah, like the Potato Sustainability Alliance.
They're encouraging responsible practices.
It's a movement.
It's great to see.
And choosing local potatoes.
And cooking them simply?
That all helps too.
It minimizes the impact.
It all adds up.
This aligns really well with vegan values.
It does.
Okay, so we've talked about all the good stuff.
The potato's greatest hits.
But are there any potential downsides?
Health concerns.
Yeah, anything vegans should watch out for?
There are a few things to keep in mind.
Okay, like what?
Solanine.
What's that?
It's a compound in potatoes.
Where is it?
Mostly in the skin, sprouts, and green parts.
Green potatoes.
Yeah, if they've been exposed to light
They turn green.
and they develop more solanine.
Is that bad?
High levels can mess with your digestion.
Oh, no.
So store your potatoes in a cool, dark place.
To prevent them from turning green.
Exactly.
And what about the green parts?
Peel them off and remove any sprouts.
So just a little bit of green isn't a big deal.
It's a sign to be careful. What else? What else? Oh, allergies?
Potato allergy.
Not super common, but they exist.
What kind of reactions?
It can be anything.
Digestive problems.
Skin rashes.
Serious stuff.
If you think you have a problem, see an allergist
They can test you.
and figure out what's going on.
What about kidney stones?
I've heard that too.
Some vegetables are bad for those.
Potatoes do have oxalates.
Those are the kidney stone culprits.
Right.
So are potatoes off limits if you have kidney stones?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
Moderation is key.
Okay.
And pairing them with calcium-rich foods.
Helps reduce the oxalate absorption.
And boiling potatoes can leach out some oxalates.
So boiling is good in that case.
It is.
Anything else to watch out for?
Acrylamide.
What's that?
It forms when you cook potatoes at high temperatures.
Like frying or baking.
Right.
Is it bad for you?
It's a potential carcinogen.
Oh,
The
no.
levels in potatoes are usually low.
That's good.
But if you eat a lot of fried or baked potatoes...
It's something to be mindful of.
So what can you do?
Give me the tips.
Boiling or microwaving doesn't produce acrylamide.
So those are good methods.
They are.
What about if you want to fry or bake?
Soak the potatoes
Like
first.
just water.
Yes. And cook them to a light golden color.
Not too dark.
Right.
And don't store raw potatoes in the fridge.
That can actually increase acrylamide formation.
Seriously.
Yeah, it's weird.
So much to think about.
But potatoes are still a healthy choice.
For sure.
Just a few things to be aware of.
Like anything else.
Exactly.
Well, I've learned a lot today.
Me too.
Who knew the potato was so complex,
Right.
from its origins in the Andes
Those ancient farmers.
to its role as a global staple?
It's been a long journey.
And it's more than just a side dish.
It's a nutritional powerhouse
With a fascinating history.
and a sustainable future.
I want to thank our sponsors again.
Chris, the plant-based.
And Emma Advanced.
Your support means so much.
We love your recipe videos.
They're so creative.
And your approach to healthy eating is inspiring.
It's all about balance.
And thanks to all of you for listening.
We appreciate you
If you enjoyed this deep dive,
and want more
be sure to subscribe.
so you don't miss our next exploration.
We've got lots more coming.
We do.
Wishing you all the best.
Take care.
Goodbye for now.